All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chad's Home. This morning, my heart is so full because I'm sitting next to one of the most creative people on the planet and one of my closest friends, Mr. Austin Fitzpatrick of Novele. What's up, dude?
What up, dog? Good to see you, bro.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
I love this guy.
Very mutual feeling, my friend. So yeah, this might be kind of an introduction for a lot of people to Novele. So if you could give kind of like a quick synopsis on what Novele is, where you're from, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so Novele started as a garage band, experimental indie rock, math rock, punk rock, kind of all combined. So that's how we started in the early days. I came up out of Eastvale, California, just like you, my dog.
Yep.
That's how we met. And yeah, started a band when I was probably 12, 13. Ended up calling it Novele. Started off with some experimental thrashy stuff. Played a lot of garage shows, house shows. We played the local circuit, older venues like The Wire, Granada Theater, stuff like that. Played Showcase a couple times.
In Corona?
Corona, yeah.
Nice.
Back in the day when I was like 12, I played there.
Damn.
But yeah, so we kind of played in that scene. And then eventually I sort of took the punk rock tendencies and eventually learned to start producing. So I started to translate that into production the best I could and tried to just get creative with that. And yeah,
Nice.
now 15 years later, 16 years later, here we are. What up, Chad's Home? We're Novele. This song's called Stand Alone.
The way I start with shine is dead end is fit till I die. You pierce my heart with this, but nothing has changed. The way I start with shine is dead end it fit till I die. You pierce my heart with this, but nothing has changed. A line is drawn. There's a place where we divide, and there is no more song. Just the war, the price, the fight. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I sing alone, all the force of this is pressing on and my hands pressed upon my heart, the chest of all this. I'm undone, I can see the end of me be the start. I get that it is better off, but the way I start with shine is dead end is fit till I die. You pierce my heart with this, but nothing has changed. The way I start with shine is dead ended fit till I die. The dreams, the heart, and this, but nothing has changed. The dreams, the heart, and this, but nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. pressed upon my art, the chest of all this.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be one of my questions. It's like, it's hard to categorize Novele's music because I think you're pulling from all these different things. Like you said, you have some delicate, like, indie tones, you have some punk thrashy stuff, you have a lot of hip-hop stuff. So what are, like, the main parts, I guess, of Novele?
Yeah, I think the main parts are probably, because I feel like I grew up equally on a few things, maybe like 3 things. So the rock world, for sure, I got heavily inspired by rock and roll.
By, like, which?
Probably the earliest was like Block Party, as far as the alternative indie front.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my first introduction to that. And then just rock and roll in general, it's always been Led Zeppelin for me.
Yeah.
I heard them for the first time when I was like 11, and then just changed my life. So definitely that world I was influenced by, but then equally, like, I grew up hearing, The Chronic being played.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a lot of long car rides as a kid, so there was just constant hip hop blasting in my ears.
Yeah.
And then I was constantly discovering indie rock and roll. And then I think the third thing would be actually country, because my mom was always playing country in the car. So Garth Brooks, Shania Twain, stuff like that kind of resonated with me. So I think that's why there's like a little bit more of the softer and melodic side and kind of major progression side.
Yeah.
And then there's like the indie side, and then a little bit of heavy rock and a little bit of hip hop. So
Yeah. Damn.
all those together, and I don't know. I kind of just always wanted to make my own. There's nothing new under the sun, right? But I just always wanted to make my own specific combination, of a track. So I just I experiment a lot. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like country is not a very noted, like, influence in the scene, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I hear the phrase a lot. I like everything but country.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's cool that's in there for you.
Yeah, it's big. It's very, like, subtle, the influence,
Right.
But I think it's more just the progressions.
Right.
Especially like in the earlier Novele tracks. A lot of the progressions I drew from country, because they're so kind of like positive and uplifting, the actual sound of the chords and the way they arrange them.
Nice.
Yeah.
No banjos on the next record, or?
No banjo.
So
Ukulele's the closest, kids.
Nice. So Novele Demos is kind of the only official release, I guess, you have out, right?
Yeah, semi-official. Not really.
Right.
So there's demos up on Spotify. It's literally just my first, what do you call it? My first draft at this entire project of Novele, semi-formally.
Mm-hmm.
And those demos are from like 2013, 2014.
And then there's a couple new ones, right? Or are they pretty much all older tracks?
The newest ones are from like 2016.
Okay.
There was like 1 or 2.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So it's old stuff, but yeah, that's the first draft, and then just been refining those, and then working on a second album as well.
Got it.
So
nice. Do you have a favorite song on the demos tape?
The demos one, I feel like I'd probably say Furthest is my favorite one. Just because I was able to experiment a lot with that one.
Yeah.
With the beat and the cadence of it, and it's this really kind of strange mid-tempo version of punk, which I kind of like. So I dig that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one. A good video, too.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's a good video.
I like the cinematography in it. Our boy Johnny filmed it. My performance is okay.
It was early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned you're working on new stuff. You post clips sometimes on Instagram, and I mean, it sounds great. So like, what are you working on? What's
working on I'm calling it Novele 2 right now, but there is a name for it. But it's just a concept album, and I'm trying to go like deep, man. I'm trying to go like full length, full concept, fully cohesive semi-studio debut type thing. So I was really taking my time with it and going further into experimentation. Like, this is the one album I'm dedicating to like going all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So concept album, like lyrically, like, are you just telling a story throughout the whole?
Yeah, lyrically, sonically, I'm trying to have the whole thing kind of, I'm not really trying, but it's just kind of organically happening that way. But yeah, it's looking like the whole thing will connect lyrically and sonically. It's all just one theme. Yeah.
Could you talk about the theme, or is it still a little early?
Yeah, I mean, the theme's super dark. My music's super depressing, so
and uplifting.
Hopefully, yeah. But yeah, the theme is I won't say the title, but the theme is battling with the monster within, right? And basically, I don't know how to put it, but pretty much the millions of ways that can translate and be projected into the world. So like, you to yourself, you to God, you to the world, you to society, God to you, society to you. It's a very introspective, and I'm trying to find a concise way to put it, but it's basically, it has a lot to do with mental illness and seeing through the lens of that and reconciling the world around me with that fact. And then as someone who's spiritual or believes in God, reconciling my relationship with God to that fact. And it's like the lowest of the lows, the highest of highs within it. And yeah, I guess the short way of putting it, this next album, and honestly any Novele album, is just a book of questions, because I just have so many damn questions about what is life, what is the universe, what is God, who am I? Yeah. And the deeper I get into it, especially in this album, the less I know. So I'm just gonna put it into one place,
Damn, it's heavy, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. Are you previewing any songs from that album today?
Today, yeah, there's actually 2 we'll
Cool.
be doing renditions of. Yeah, so we kind of adapted them for today's format, but yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So do you have any like sort of a release timeline in your head, or is it all just right now production mode?
It's just production mode.
Yeah.
And because I have the 13, 14 songs lined up. They're produced. They're like demoed. But to get it from there to the final everything is just... I would like to say the end of this year, but that would be reaching probably. Yeah.
I hear you. I mean, it sounds like such an important piece of art. You don't want to rush it out, so I totally understand.
Yeah. I just figure to trust the process, for better or worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The song's called Arson. Don't run, Just hold me close through turbulence, ungodly pain, unstable. The work that you have done in me, I will compare to our sin. We augment till we serve in dreams. I overheard, we disappear. What earth are you informing me? I will not be your bargain. We know the newness that love brings. We burn it down regardless. Whoa, yeah. Just take my time, take it. Just take my time, use your tongue and talk to me. Don't burn it down so arrogant unnecessarily. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. The work that you have done in me, I will compare to our sin. We augment till we serve in dreams. I overheard, we disappear. What earth are you informing me? I will not be your bargain. We know the newness that love brings. We burn it down regardless.
So I want to talk about your shirt because you also have songs used in like DC videos. You like compose for DC, right?
Yes.
So how'd that all like, come together?
You. Yeah.
Chris Ray.
Yeah. Chris. Shout out to Chris Ray. Shout out to DC. Reached out and they were digging the sound. And yeah, I remember you had said, "Oh, I could picture this in skate videos before about the demos," and so ended up pitching a few of the songs, and then one of them landed in the Snow film, which was really exciting. That was like honestly a dream come true. So that was great. And then I'll just send him tracks as much as I can here and there. And
nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to DC, by the way. Picked it up with some shoes.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you want to like compose? Do you see yourself becoming a composer for film and TV, like outside of the Novele project? Do you enjoy like writing to a scene or like to a video.
Yeah, I really like that. And I think for me it's like that's a lot more comfortable than making albums. Because the albums are like a very strange and weird place and very dark for me. But composing is cool because there's the pressure. There's usually like, I mean, it's kind of loose, but sometimes there's a deadline, you know, which is cool. And then it's a specific thing. So I have to think a lot less and I just do it, but based off feeling, you know, which is really fun. So I would love to get more into that.
Nice.
That would be the dream in the future to do.
Hell yeah.
I love the skate stuff. I love the snow stuff. Movies would be cool at some point, you know, but I need to put in a lot more work. But
yeah. No, I hear you. Do you, when you compose, or even write for the Novele project, do you start off with guitar? Like, is guitar your main thing, or like what's your, do you play keys? Like, what's your?
Yeah. Usually I'd say it's a guitar and a vocal. That's what it's been lately, mostly. It used to be like the production would spark it off, like the drums or whatever I had programmed in there, or a sample. Sometimes I sample, but these days I've just been sticking with just guitar and singing.
Nice.
Or maybe ukulele and singing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, are you going to produce for other people too? Because you had like a stint where you were making a lot of hip hop music, right? And are you producing for like hip hop artists?
Right now, no. I just been pretty much exclusively just working on the album. And then, you know, a couple productions here and there, but yeah, no, I would love to get into producing for other people at some point, but maybe I feel like after I feel like I just got to finish this thing and then get it out of my system, and then I'll have like a clearer head to be able to
Nice. So before everything happened, were you taking these songs to the stage? Like you were playing kind of a pretty consistent run of shows for a little bit, right?
Yeah, we did a handful of shows in like Orange County, a couple in LA. But yeah, we were testing out I think 2 or 3 of the new songs. And we would just throw them in there. Sometimes they would just be snippets, like 1 minute, you know. But yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
It was nice to get a feel. It's always good to see how it fits the room.
Yeah.
You know, and then take it back, and then either it just works and you see that reaction, or they're just standing there and it's like, oh shoot, I gotta go back and make it actually translate.
Right. Do you have like a favorite show in mind that you've played?
I think the House of Blues, Anaheim, was really fun. That was a big experience for us, because I feel like that was probably like the biggest room we've played. And not that it's about the size of the room or anything, but it was just cool. And there's a lot of new people that showed up, and that was a big moment, because there was a few people I heard singing, like, you know, I mean, it was only like 2 or 3, but it was people I didn't know, and that was the first time that has ever happened. So that was really exciting. And then just dealing with the bigger stage and bigger nerves before, that was crazy. It was a wild experience.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be super rewarding, because when you're just in the studio or at your house or wherever just producing, like, you don't get that real-time feedback. So when you're on the stage and like you hear people singing your song back, I mean, that's got to be one of the most rewarding things, I imagine, right?
It is rewarding. I feel like it's also very just I feel like it's definitely rewarding, but it's more just surreal, because it's like and again, it's only been like 5 people, but I say surreal because when producing it or or making it or thinking about it so much or listening back in my car so much to different versions or whatever. I don't like, I want the art to be the best it can, but I want people to enjoy it, but I never actually picture it in my mind. So to me, it's almost a surprise. It's like, oh wow, this song exists to someone else other than me. Yeah, which it's just a trip, because like I just kind of lock into it, you know, and then to see that someone else even knows it is just strange. But it's good. It's cool.
That's awesome.
That's what it's meant for, you know.
Right.
But it's easy to forget.
Right. Yeah, I could imagine. So in kind of wrapping up, like you've been a musician and have played music for, like you said, over 15 years, right?
Yeah.
What about music? Like, what do you want to get out of music? Out of this, like, chasing music as a path? Like, you know what I mean? Like a physical goal. Like, what do I want to achieve? Or like, yeah. Like, what do you want to achieve? And like, yeah.
I mean, I want to, for myself, I would love to do it professionally. That's pretty much my only goal for myself, like physically. Emotionally, I think I just want to know that I tried my best to make something different. That's all I want, you know. And then if that could, once that's done, if that can affect other people, you know, one person, two people, 1 million people, that would be great too, you know, if that could, if it could make someone else's day better. But I think the primary goal before I can do that is to make sure that I commit to the art, you know. That's right. That the art's really my it's like the start and the end for me, you know. That's just what I'm here for. So I just want to hopefully have, you know, 3, 4, 5 albums that I can look back on when I'm older and say, dang, I like, whether it was the best or the worst or in between, to say, man, I really went for it and put myself out there and made something that I've never heard before. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that's the goal.
Nice. I love that perspective, and I applaud you for that, because, I mean, like I said in the beginning, you know, the sound you make is so alternative. Like nowadays you could always compare an artist to another artist. It's like, oh, it's kind of like this, it's kind of like that. But yours is one that I could like truly not put in any box or be like, oh, it kind of sounds like this, you know what I mean? I feel like somebody like the Gorillaz or something is one of the only other ones that are just like a truly an alternative act, like making new sounds, pushing the boundaries. So yeah, dude, you already know that, but I just applied you.
Yeah. Oh, and the Gorillaz, by the way, yeah. I mean, we connect on that all the time, but yeah, they're a massive influence on me and this project. So
specifically this album, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one, dude.
Insane what they did.
It's there's times, dude, I can't even listen to it because it's that good. it's that different. It's hard to listen to sometimes because it's just like, it makes me question everything. Like what am I doing? You know? Yeah. Like the final track, Demon Days, dude.
So good.
Gosh.
After this Novele session, go listen to Demon Days.
Yes.
That's the point of this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the goal is, and obviously with being aware of going trying too hard to be different and becoming pretentious. It's, you know, it's not about it being unique for the sake of it. Right. It's just a matter of, you know, I'm just trying to make something that I would want to hear. Right. You know, and that's really it.
Exactly. Which is tough because I feel like so many kids our artists try to like be super experimental and weird and like push themselves, and it's cool, but it's like nobody's gonna listen to this. Nobody like really cares. Yeah. Whereas you're trying to reach something that's like has that merit, has that artistic merit, but also has the impact to like be accessible and reach millions, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like you're one of the few people that are actually doing that. or like trying to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks,
So,
man.
Of course. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say I think I got all that out of my system back in the garage days, because I mean we were playing math rocky,
Right.
9-minute songs, 11-minute songs,
Right.
tempo change every 30 seconds, you know. No lyrics, just wild, you know.
Right.
And stuff that was great. I still like that stuff, but yeah, it got to the point where we were like, well, yeah, we want to be very unique, but still very accessible,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Because I feel like some of the most unique things are things that don't even come across as that unique at first. They just kind of creep up on you, and you're like, wait, well, you know, like a lot of the classic songs, you know, of any genre. It's like I've been listening a lot lately to just classics, and I'm like, man, that's so weird sounding. It's for the time or the context, but it's so well written that it just kind of blends in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, for sure. Like with a lot of the Zeppelin stuff.
The Zeppelin stuff, yeah, that stuff was off the wall. Even just been like reflecting on the Eagles a little bit, and just how out there that stuff was, but it sounded very palatable.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So,
Nice.
so yeah, trying to learn, man. Trying to learn.
Next up, Novele. Love it.
Hopefully.
So in wrapping up, we posted if there were any fan questions. You got a couple.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
read those? Answer them for the fans.
Where do you find the motivation to create music? I don't really know. The first time that I remember being motivated to make music was I was probably like 6, and my dad, because my dad was a DJ the first couple years of my life, and I remember him like always like doing like beats on we'd be eating dinner, he'd just like do like a drum beat with his hand on the table or the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just remember being like, you gotta show me how to do that. And I would always tell him. So that's the first time I remember being motivated to do anything musical. But I guess like on an emotional level, the motivation is it's just to create. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just, when I was like, I think like 11, I was just like, this is what I want to do forever.
Damn.
I want to make songs forever, and there wasn't really a reason. That's just what I want to do, you know.
Wow.
So, creating to me, it's like, you know, like it is maybe a weird thing to say, but I would always like, I'll be walking through Target, right, and I'll look at the CDs on the shelf. I know CDs are like extinct now, and I would think, okay, well, what else should be there, you know?
Yeah.
So I just always thought strange thoughts like that, like what else belongs in between this and this, and
Damn.
I like the idea of putting something somewhere that it belongs.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a solid answer.
Thanks, dog.
But yeah, dude, thank you so much for being here. Was there any like other shout outs? I'll tag all your social media. You're mainly just on Instagram, right?
Just on Instagram, hardly active.
Yeah.
Just producing away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other shout outs or things you want to mention?
Shout out to Johnny, who you'll see in the set on the drum. Shout out to YL. You want to pop him in here for a question or one or two?
You guys want to pop in?
YL?
They're scared.
Okay.
A little camera shy. But I will say this. These two beautiful pictures, one of Los Angeles and one of our hometown in Riverside, are by Mr. Johnny Barberino, who is going to be playing the drums today.
Oh, my God.
And YL is just at the heart of Chad's home. He helped me start it. He helped me mix the first few sessions, as well as Mr. Austin. So it is a family affair today. Love all you guys.
Yeah.
Austin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
Excited to
dog.
get into some music.
Yeah.
And yeah, anything else? You good?
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course.
This song is called Ankleweights.
I've operated on my own. I've lived and died by my sword, but weaving together both of our ways, we made the space for much more, yeah. I've operated all that is basic. Come and erase this. Ground me to the floor while we're cutting our teeth. You berate my soul. I've been stalling and we're nowhere but home. I deeper waves and lows. I've been stalling. Ankle weights are going. I was a baby, now I'm a toddler. Truth be told, I do not want to bother. I don't know if I send it or falling. I cannot stop it. Loveless now, the moonlight told me that there was a place for me. But what is truth if the truth will not cling to me? I cannot go back though. Life is not a VCR. Don't know how I got this far. All I'm saying is